What is going on, people? RexBebop back again, and today we're going to be talking some Star Wars Outlaws. And right away, I'm just going to say it right now, Ubisoft is not paying me to say any of this. This is my own opinion. No one's paying me. Ubisoft didn't come to my house and say, you better talk good about this game. No, okay? Flat out, full transparency, no one is paying me to say this, because every good video I see of this fucking game, people are like, "Do Ubisoft pay you to say this?" And I'm just like, okay, all right. And after playing this, after putting over 30 hours into this, I can safely say I had a good time with it. I think Massive Entertainment did a great job with the Star Wars property, and with what Star Wars has been lately when it comes to the shows and movies and shit. I feel like the games are really the best selling point of the franchise so far, and still as of right now. And Massive Entertainment are the guys that did the Division games, and what they did for the first outing with Star Wars, I feel like they did a great job. Honestly, that's really all I can really say about that. However, and when it comes to story, I think the story really hit good. It hit well enough for me, because I'll say this right now, I have not been the best advocate for this game at all. Okay, if you remember, I did a video with Ubisoft doing the pre-order bonus with the Jabba the Hutt mission and all that shit, and he does appear in the game. He actually does appear in the game at some point. He's story related and everything. So yeah, there is that, and the Hutt reputation and all that. There's a lot of reputation with factions and stuff like that, and Jabba is one of them, the Hutts are one of them. So there is that. But yeah, I have not been the best marketer for this game at all, and I really meant what I said. This is Ubisoft's last chance for me. If they did not deliver on this, I'm not gonna give them any more chances, and I meant that. If this really was a flop for me, I was not going to give them another chance, and I can safely say that they delivered on this shit. But that still doesn't mean I'm going to give Assassin's Creed Shadows a shot, because it's I have Ghost of Tsushima. I'm okay, I'm still indifferent to that so far, especially with everything coming out later on too. It's whatever. But when it comes to the story and all that, K-Vest really grew on me as this story went on, because I'll be honest with you, in the first hour I'm okay, she's way too up her own ass. She really has this huge ego that she can get all this shit done on her own and all that her and that her little creature Nyx can really do everything on their own. And then she really gets humbled as the story goes on. And when ND5 really comes into the picture, when the droid when he comes in the picture, it's he absolutely humbles her with backsass and everything. The jabs that these two that he gives her is it's really a big brother looking after the cocky ass little sister, which is, their dynamic is really great. I really love the dynamic between these two, and as it went on, I'm oh yeah, I can see why the story went in this direction as it went on. The story, as it kept going, the main stuff kept going, it really picked up for me personally. There's a lot of there's a lot of sneaking in this game. There's a lot of don't trigger the alarms and shit like that. You will fail a lot of missions if you go in guns blazing, and if you don't get to a person who's trying to trigger the alarm, you are going to fail a lot of missions. But there's a lot of missions you can just run and gun and just go guns blazing if they do not activate the alarm at all, which is funny to me. It's absolutely hilarious how you can really do that, especially if you build K up enough to actually take damage and shit, because there's a lot of that. That was a lot of because that's really what took up all my time. I really wanted to build K up to be pretty much essentially a GTA character who can take damage and just shoot everything in sight if need be. And hopefully the footage I posted, I have in the background is actually showing that, because this is like in-game K, where I am just like going through stormtroopers left and right. I can even go through death troopers now with no problem. And there are experts that like help you. Like, you have to unlock them in the menu. You have to unlock them in the menu, and they have skills that actually help level you up and shit like that. I really did a lot of these missions to like build her up for the story, and there's some story missions that actually give you tools that will help you later on. So there is a real need to actually go through some of these to actually build her up, which I highly recommend you do if you actually pick up this game. The ship combat is alright. Like, it's not gonna blow anyone away. If I had to choose between this or Starfield, I would choose this, because it's just like, it feels a little easier to me. But then again, I barely remember anything of Starfield's like ship combat, because it's just like, I played it, I completed it, and then blink, I just forgot. Like, that's how little of an impression Starfield left on me. I'm genuinely serious when I think back at that. But yeah, the music, it's Star Wars, it's immersive. Every time you like leave a planet, and when the soundtrack kicks in, like it had like, it's Star Wars. If you know a Star Wars, you know what Star Wars sounds like with the orchestrals and all that. Like, I'm not gonna like sit here and like explain to you, because if you know Star Wars, you know how Star Wars sounds. You know. But yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm like, no one's like telling me to say this or anything. No one's paying me to say any of this. I had a good time for what I like put my hours into, and I'm glad, because honestly, I still like Star Wars, but the games are really the only thing that's like keeping me from just dropping it completely. Because it's like, okay, like Disney can pretty much do whatever they want, just as long as you don't fuck up the games. Like, that's where I am with this. So I'm glad that this worked out. Honestly, I can see like a sequel with shit improved. If they had like, they can have their Assassin's Creed 2 moment where it's just like everything is improved, everything is more tightened. We see Kay, Indy, and Nix going through more like insane situations and shit if they really wanted to. It kind of had like a Guardians of the Galaxy feel like as it went on, but that was a good thing in the best possible way. I'm not saying like it was in a bad way. I'm saying this in a good way. And yeah, I just genuinely enjoyed this. But will I say pick this up right now? No. This is not a buy now, and this is not a review. This is just my general overall thoughts about it. Honestly, pick up this game when it hits discount, because you should genuinely give it a shot. That's where my head is. From what I played, for the 30 hours I played, give this a shot when it is discounted, not right now, because there's too much in pissing distance as of right now as I'm recording this. And in October, it's like, it's game over, man. Most of that's gonna be just Silent Hill 2 remake and Sparking Zero. It's really just gonna be me going back and forth between those games alone. And maybe some of Shadow Generations. But seriously, just give this a shot when it's on discount. Seriously. For the people who have actually praised this, I get it. I genuinely get it that they're putting 30 hours into this now. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys long. I enjoyed it. From what it was, and even some of the issues that I had along the way, like I didn't even have as many crashes as I did with Jedi Survivor. And if I really had to like give this a big negative, I wish it had more customization options like in Jedi Survivor, because honestly, Kay and her mop head hair, it grew on me as time went on. But I swear to goodness, when I had the opportunity to take that fucking blue jacket of hers off and switch it with something else, I immediately did it. But that mop hair, man, I wish we could have put a fucking mohawk on her or something, or shaved that, or give her a shaved head or something, just something else, man. I cannot stand that hairstyle. If I had to like give a complete negative, you should have given us Jedi Survivor levels of customization. That is my biggest negative. Other than that, I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna get out of here and not take up any more of your time. RexBebop signing out. Peace, you. you listen to listen to all of this, me doing all this shit. I appreciate it. Leave your thoughts down below. And yeah, I'm getting out of here. Y'all be safe out there. Take care.